Good afternoon, this is Pat Walker at MichiganWinters.com, and it is December 13th. Man, this time goes flying by. Just to let you know, the solstice, the winter solstice, is less than a week away. That is the day when the sun sets the earliest. So we are quickly approaching the day with the earliest sunset for the year, and then the days start getting longer again, which is just fine with me. Love the sunlight. Anyway, get a lot of questions for people. I love getting questions because it tells me that A, you're interested in, and B, you're intent on learning more. So folks, I encourage you, ask questions and I'll do everything I can to answer them in a prompt manner, answer them in a manner that does justice to your question. So I got a question from a gentleman named Alexander. He was asking about the key list, and he said, is the key list a day trading list? Is it a swing trading list? Is it a long-term investing list? This is a really good question. Again, the key list from Alexander. Is it a day trading list, a swing trading list, a long-term investing list? Well, first off, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what it's not. For me, it is not a day trading list. I don't day trade. I'm not an in-and-out guy. But I have to tell you, Bill O'Neill is not a day trader either. None of these guys I know are day traders. However, could you buy something and have to sell it the same day to limit a loss? Yes, but that doesn't mean you're a day trader. It means you're reacting to the environment. I don't look at the 5-minute charts. I'm not an in-and-out guy. Now I want to show you a couple of examples here that I think might help. First, I'm going to show you where some things that worked, and then we're going to say some things that didn't. So here we go. We're going to take a look at a list right here. This is ACLS. This was on the key list right here. And you can see it pushed away on a pickup in volume, and it just walked up the lines. This was a key list stock. So therefore, by default, this is a list not for swing trades. A swing trades can be anywhere from like a couple of days to a couple of weeks. Every stock starts out to me as a quick trade. If it doesn't work, I sell. If it starts to work, I just let it work until it stops. ACLS was bought on 9/27 right here. You can see that date right there on a pickup in volume. And we sold some a little bit on the way up. We finally sold our last shares right here. That date was 11/29. So we held that for over 2 months. 2 months. Not a day trade, not a swing trade. Just let it work for as long as it works. Sold it here, losing the 8-day and the 20-day. There's an example of a key list stock. Here's another one, SolarEdge. We bought SolarEdge right here on 9/27. Walked on up, walked on up, walked on up. We ended up selling our last shares on this day right here, which is December 1st. So again, we bought this in September, into September, and we were out of it in December, first part of December. So again, not a day trade, not a swing trade. We let them work for as long as they can. Square, another good one. I'm showing you some really good ones. They all don't work this well because we're going to flip the coin and show you the other side of it, okay? Square, bought on 10/2. We didn't sell our last shares until this day, which was 11/27. So almost 2 months. You just let them work. That's what we do. Now, let's take this and flip the coin and show you something else to where it's like, yeah, Pat, do you ever have ones that you have to get out sooner? And the answer is yes. So here we go. DAIO. And this was shorter, but I want to show you this. We bought DAIO right here on November 20th. By the way, if you look up in this corner right here, that's where you can see the date that we did something, okay? 11/20. You can see that in the corner, 11/20th. It went up, started to fall, and we got out of some of it right here and some of it right here. We held the stock for a little over a week. So, yes, my goal is this, to answer the question pointedly. I want to hang on to the sucker as long as I can. I don't care if it's weeks, months, until it changes. I'll hang on to it. I've held on to stocks for months before, as long as it works. But when it drops, I'm stringent and I use rules to get out, whether it be the 8-day, the 20-day, or giving it down to the 50-day at times. But I never want to turn this gain into a loss. That's the way I do it. So now let's take it a step further and look at a couple of these recent ones here. Roku. Roku broke through these tops here, started to whittle down. Those to me are sell signals to take some out. Do you have to take it all out? No. The moral is this. I hate losses. I hate them. So what I try to do is, when it's close to my price, I will be quicker to sell. Either sell some or take it off if it's coming down to my breakout price. I hate losses. I hate them. But the other kicker is this. Once we've been in it for a while and we have a cushion, we can let it work. So that's Roku. There's one example. SOI. We picked up SOI right here on a pickup in volume. There was a downward sloping trend line. I'll just draw this for you. Pick up in volume right here. It's marching up. Do we sell it? Do we take it all out? We could sell a little bit into strength given the fading market, but how long is this going to go up? I don't know. So I'll take it for as long as it will. Keep going up. Keep on going here. Apple has nothing going for it. Amazon, we bought Amazon here on November 3rd. Went up, went sideways, went up. We sold some into strength up in here. We sold our last shares on November 29th. So I don't call that a day trade, and it's not a swing trade. It was just an investment that I'll stay with it as long as it is. And again, I stress, I will stay with stuff for, golly, let me see if I've had long-term, I bought stuff and held it all the way through into the next year. You just let it work with the rules. That's what we do. But at the same time, will I ever have a trade where I get in like this little shelf right here? All right, lift it off here. Person could say, hey, I'm buying it right here. If it loses the 8, I'm selling it. Person could take it out. It's a one-day deal. And you say, oh, I don't like that. Hey, I don't like that either. But you know what? Every little loss starts with a big loss. So I stress, I will stay with things as long as it's good. But if it starts to lose a spot, I will take it flat. Let's see if I got any more examples here that might work. There's Boeing. Pick up Boeing right in here. Keyless stock right there. And it's just marching on up the line. Not a day trade. Just let it work. How long is it going to go? Sell a little bit into strength. You could sell a little bit into strength. But we just let it work. By the way, the reason I sell a little bit into strength is it relieves the emotional stress of a round trip. I hate being up 3, 5, 10 points in a stock and then selling it for break even or a small loss. Years ago, I used to do that. I had one stretch where over the course of, 2 days, I gave back, I think, $6,000 to $10,000 in 2 days because I had gains. And I said, well, I'm just going to let it work. And I was like, no. So I take a little bit to know I make. Any other examples in here that I could show you that work? Oh, here's another one. Netflix. We bought Netflix right here. There was a pickup in volume. This is the day we bought it. The next day it drops. It wasn't a day trade, but the next day we walked away. Thank heaven we did, because that little loss would have turned into a big loss, and I don't want that. So, Alexander, that's a great question. I hope that helps you. And I'll just clarify, this site, missionwinners.com, ain't a day trading site. I am not, and that's fine if a person is, by the way. I am not knocking day trading at all. But I don't personally know any successful day traders, to tell you the truth. I want to let the trends work for me. But I stress, if I buy something and the same day it drops and reverses down, I will sell it for a small loss. The best stocks do this. They walk away, which we did this one here. I remember this. It walks away from your price, and we let it work until it stops. So I hope that helps you. If you have any more questions, please ask Alexander and anybody else. I'll say it one last time. I don't want to day trade. I don't day trade. I don't look at 5-minute charts. I'm not a quick in and out guy. I'm not going to trade something for 50 cents or $1 and be done with it. If I was doing a lot of that, you wouldn't be hearing my voice right now. You can say, well, why not? Because I'd probably be dead. It's too crazy for me. I want to let the market work for me. I hope that helps all of you. And we're going to do another video later on because we're going to do the key list. So again, I appreciate the questions. I really do. And I don't take it lightly. I do not. I want to help people. I want to educate people. I want to get it to the point where you're so good, you don't need me anymore. Then you're rocking and rolling. Anyway, I thank you very much, and I hope this helps.